everybody. This is Lunch and Learn on the 24th of February. Time is just flying, and we're excited. We're going to be talking about building your business today. Before we get to our little lesson, Sharon's going to give you some updates and go over what we got.
Yes, we are in the very last week of February. So it's really important. I love that Mac brought it up to introduce the business to your customers. If you haven't, if you've just taken orders. And like we had a sourdough party this weekend, and it was enough that I had shared a lot of Juice Plus, Luminate, and things like that. In addition to the sourdough workshop, I was like, oh, I didn't share our business story at all, and that should have been that could have been how I introduced it. I did tell a little bit, but I could have expanded it so they'd really get the vision, but I blew it anyway. So I'm now backtracking and making sure they know that is a possibility for them. I mean, it's $52. What's the big deal? And they can then get money back. They can also be that point person for their family to be able to influence them, because everyone by the age of 30 knows 700 people. And so because of that, they know 700 different people than I do. I know my 700 or more people. And if you're on Facebook, probably thousands of people. But anyway, everybody's got their own people that they can influence. And so Mac is saying he's got some customer he's going to introduce the business. Those people are the point person for their family. And so you can kind of say that, that I can share Juice Plus with you, but how am I going to share Juice Plus with your friends and family? And it's really important that they get this information, something like that. So we'll talk about what all we're going to say. I will go ahead and mention the events that we have coming up. If you are a new partner, then there is a new partner welcome this Thursday night at 8 p.m. by the company. Okay, so this flyer is being passed around on Voxer and also in Team Transformers Facebook group in the featured section. Okay, hopefully you got Doug's newsletter, which you need to click on. You can read a bunch of stuff, but then click on it so that you get all the different flyers that are happening. Tonight is Keep Punching University with David Phillips, Dr. David Phillips. If you've never seen him, you definitely should. And there's the Power Hour every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. that Doug helps lead to do the daily method of operation of our business. And he's also doing an AI prompt party Saturday, March 1st at 11 a.m. So be part of that. And then our team, you'll see a lot of our team members are going to be participating in this Greens and Gourmet Recipe and Wellness Showcase. Okay, and so that is so that we can transition from the Love February month to Go Green and really focus on greens. And we love that Dr. Nalani Valentine's going to talk about the value of greens. And then we're going to also demonstrate some food in the kitchen. Our conference is coming up, and I don't know if you guys saw that Dominique Dawes is going to be one of the speakers in the San Diego conference. And we are also going to have a conference in Indianapolis in September. If you are not scheduled to go to the San Diego one, then definitely pay attention while we're in San Diego. There's probably going to be a time when you can get a cheaper ticket, and we will let you know in our different communication ways. So back to what Doug was talking about with introducing the business and growing your team so that you're not just making hundreds of dollars a month, but thousands. That's what happened to me many years ago. About the first 3 years, I had a really hard time getting really good team members. I had one really good team member. She asked me, was there a discount that she could get? Because she not only wanted to get the product for her, but also for her husband. I said, I think that it's around 5 orders you would need to pay for yours, 10, for both. And she's like, well, I'm getting 10. Well, she went out and told the world, and that's why we have half of our team that exists, including Ben, Dr. Nalani, Mac, Karen, Renee, like so many people on the team. Thankfully, to the guidance counselor next to me 25 years ago, she was on fire. And so she introduced the product and the business to so many people. she couldn't stop. She had great results, but she also understood that this was an incredible business. And so she went to networking meetings. That's where she met Dr. Nalani. She spoke to the math teacher, and that's how she got a different line where Karen Orlowski and team are. And just, the story is pretty amazing. You don't have to sponsor a ton of people in order to get a huge organization. Me telling Abby that many years ago has paid dividends over and over and over, and that's just one line. We get paid down 5 generations of qualifiers. That doesn't mean people, because there could be people in between for each and every line we sponsor. So introducing the business is very important, and we don't always remember it. And I was looking to see, we have about 190 customers this month. I think we had like 300 or 400 last month because of that incredible deal from the company, but only like 5 new team members. So keep that in mind, that we're just not thinking about it, we're not doing it, and we need to do it a lot more. Okay, so I do want to run down some congratulations to those people who do have a lot of orders under them, and also recognize those people who have introduced the business this month. So we've got Brad and Karen Orlowski with 10 orders, Sharon and Doug with 10 orders. We've got Mac and Tabitha with 9 orders, Shakira with 8. And then I think it goes down from there with Jennifer Judd 7, Melissa Hetrick 6, Gloria Hare 5. And I know the month is not over. So you can still get a bunch of orders in by the time the month is over. And some of those same people are the ones who have new team. Why am I telling you that? Because you doing the business, getting customers, is also going to get you team members. And having events is how you're going to get customers and team members. So these people most likely have had events and they've had customers. So Stacy, Nanette, Nalani, Shakira, Carol Love, Landon, which we do have a congratulations for her too. Landon, Janie Mims, and Mac. So Mac has 2, Nalani has 2, and under him is Carol, and I don't even know. Mac is exploding. So congratulations to Mac and Tabitha. They are on their way to sales coordinator, no problem. Mac and Tabitha are already qualifying their business for performance bonus. And it's just incredible to see somebody who takes off. So what do? We can't just wait for those people that really embrace it and take off. We have to introduce the business to everybody. And you are a blessing whether you do a little or a lot. And so we like to make sure the team knows that they are a blessing whether they do. Oh, I missed one person, Deborah Bradford also. So in the past 1 to 2 months, it's those people. So we need to introduce the business wherever we are. So I started to write down people direct to me. I told you about Abby. That was where I worked. Stacy at a trade show. And I mean, it takes time. It's not like she said yes right away to signing up to being a team member, but she definitely led me to believe it was a possibility. Michelle Fletcher, that was in the gym parking lot. I had a conversation with her. We talked about Juice Plus, gave some samples. I said, I'm not really using the degree I got at FSU because we were talking about FSU. And I said, I have this and that degree. And I said, I'm now home, using my degree for Juice Plus. And so anyway, that's what led to that. And she became a team member who has a growing team. And then Dr. Sirota, I wrote down my 2 doctors direct to me, Dr. Sirota and Dr. Landon Aguado. Actually, he's on Karen's team. I challenged them. Okay. They weren't easy. I mean, it's not easy. People don't just automatically sign up right then and there. Dr. Sirota, I gave her a research journal. I started to notice she offered some alternative health information. Then I said, what are you doing to recommend these things? And what about Juice Plus? Did you unmute for a reason, Doug?
No, well, no.
Okay. All right.
No.
And then just, daily life. So I'll just sum it up with that wherever you are, we just need to put that more in the front of our mind. And yes, Karen has a new team member, a lymphatic massage person. I didn't put that. Oh, I might have missed your name. I have it written down, Karen. Awesome. And so we are working on it, and I'll give back to Doug. We're going to work on our stories, but really what I want you to think about is being intentional, whether you have to write yourself a note or what. What moved me from making hundreds of dollars a month many years ago to thousands of dollars a month was leverage. Leverage of somebody's doing an event in New Mexico while I'm doing an event in Florida. Somebody's in DeLand, that would be Dr. Nalani, doing an event or talking on the phone while I'm talking on the phone. So it's great once you've trained people, then you get to have a little bonus because you did. Just like a bank manager makes an offset bonus if their bank is doing well, we have a bonus because we've trained and helped equip our team members. And you have a whole upline to help you do that. And so it really is where the leverage is and where the thousands of dollars a month are instead of just hundreds.
All right. Well, one of my favorite things is when we have a newer team member that comes into the business. And it's funny because there's some people that are like, oh, yeah, I've been doing this 25 years and I've read every book and then you have people that come in and they're just like, I mean, I met a lady at Q School years ago. Her first month, she had 80 customers. And her second month, she had 65 customers. And her third month, she had like 50 customers. And I'm like, what's going on? What were you doing? And she's like, it was, she was a fast mover, but she was involved in the Hmong community, the Chinese Hmong community in Los Angeles, which you would think, well, that's less people because she's only dealing with only the Hmong community instead of millions of people in Los Angeles. It was just that community, but she opened her mouth, you know, and and she was just sharing. So I think it's super cool that Mac and Tabitha are moving quick. But Mac, give us, if you're just share, off the cuff, I'm a brand new team member. I'm like, Mac, I just joined your team. Like, what can I do to have some success? What would you attribute it to?
I think it's um, for us these past 2 months is literally just opening our mouth and sharing what we're doing. We've always been um, kind of forward with people based on both of our journeys and the community that we're involved in. Our other business we've been doing for almost 20 years is the travel business, and we work with the deaf and hard of hearing community
Mm.
almost exclusively, but that's kind of what Tabitha went to school for. And when we first started, I didn't know any sign language, so I was always a want to be a part. I didn't want to kind of have people tell me what was going on, so I learned sign language quickly. So that's kind of how we approach our travel business and this business. We have to share it because we're excited about it. So it's not something that we're like, should we talk to these people? It's like, we're going to talk to these people about it. If they tell us that's enough, super. But until they say that's enough, we're just going to keep sharing it. And we didn't grow our little travel business in a year and a half that we were able to rent a cruise ship because we were like, maybe go on a cruise. We just were like, hey, this is what we're doing. If you want to be a part, come be a part. And I think my story just recently, I was stage 4 cancer in 2023 March. I got diagnosed, and now I'm cancer free. And my nutrition journey was I need to know as much as I possibly can on how to nutritionally get myself better before I started these crazy chemotherapy, surgery, radiation treatments. I mean, your body's not ready for that anyway, even if you're in the best of shape. But if you can get nutritionally solid, and I was shrinking tumors prior to doing those things based on the radical changes I was making nutritionally. So when God put this in front of us at church through Karen, through Renee, through our other Carol who passed it to us, is like, hey, have you heard about this? And we're like, no. But I was juicing 10 to 12 times a day. I was huge salads. I was doing these things where I'm like, wait a minute, I can get 5 to 7 just by taking a few capsules in the morning. How does this work? So I got the research and the information. But it was the same. If Carol hadn't just at church said, have you thought about this? I wouldn't have had the opportunity. And so that's how we approach it. If we don't give the opportunity, people aren't going to know. They're not going to come to us because they don't even know we're in dealing with Juice Plus. We have to say, hey, we do this. And like I think Sharon said, or even Doug, they might not come back like the first time you talk to them. It might be 6 months. They might be like, wait a minute, my sister's doing this. You talk to me about it. Can you explain more? So I think that's the goal we have is share it until someone's like, okay, that's enough. I'm not going down that path. I understand what you do. It's great. And so that's kind of what we do. It's just constantly getting the message out there because I know it's helped me. I know it's helped Tabitha and it's helped everybody that we've been sharing it with. So it's been great.
Cool. And so I noticed a couple of things in there. There was connection, there was community, there was the fact that, I mean, think about it. Renee's at church. First of all, they're plugged into a community, a church community, and maybe you're not a church going person. So, but there's other communities. You know, there's clubs, there's this, there's the Red Hat Society, there's all kinds of things. You name it, there's a community for it. Okay. Plugged into a community, but at the community, obviously, if Mac is sharing about his health within that community, which means he's not being guarded, he's not afraid to be real with people. But then obviously Renee is sharing about what she's passionate about in the community because Carol knows about Juice Plus from Renee. And then Carol is also offering Juice Plus as a possible solution. And notice what she said. It almost sounds like it's right out of the Eric Worre book. You know, like I can't think of the exact words right now, but it's like, well, have you considered using Juice Plus? You know, would you be open to some more information, kind of a thing? You know, it's like, because if we have a solution for people, why would we be chicken to open our mouths? I mean, the stuff works, guys. It works. And then I know there's a lot of like people out there nowadays that are like, you know, they're afraid of like, you know, scams or conspiracies and all this kind of stuff. That's why we have the research. Now, I understand there's also people out there that are going to say, "Oh yeah, but who funds the research and who did this and who did that?" Well, sometimes you have to educate people. All research is I mean, universities don't. You've seen the buildings they're building. I mean, you go to Notre Dame University or something, right? You look at the beautiful buildings, and they're always building more buildings at these universities, right? They're not dropping money on the research, guys. They get the funding for the research from either grants or from companies that are wondering if you would do, hey, I'm wondering if this stuff even gets into the bloodstream. Can you do a research study with this? Go ahead, Melissa.
I just wanted to share to add on, first of all, Mac, great job. Amazing. And Renee too. But I just wanted to share, it is interesting. If you don't open your mouth, people don't know. And I'm one of those people, like I've talked to people so long, or I mean, you know, you talk to a lot of people and then I had someone be like, wait, this is a business. And I'm like, what did you think I was doing? But I think what that meant was I'm not just selling product. Like they thought I was just selling product. And I realized I wasn't like presenting it as a business, as an income that people could join and do. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. So I've been speaking up more about that, just making sure people realize there is the income opportunity there. I was going to say something else, but now I forgot. But I just wanted to share that because it's if you don't say it, people don't know it.
Yeah.
Oh, and you don't have to, like you said something about the research. Like I think we could go and go and go because let's just say social media or the news. You can find a pro and a con for everything. But I think you have to, so if someone comes at you and it's like, oh, well, Juice Plus pays for its own research, educate them, but don't be connected to that reaction because
Yeah.
you can go online and you can see something good about everything or something bad about everything. And it's just the way the world is. You just kind of got to disconnect from it and take the steps.
Right. This is the way, you know, people don't know what they don't know. So go ahead, Nalani, go ahead. Unmute.
Yeah, well, just one quick thing on what Melissa said, which is so true. One short answer that I always say is Of course, who else is gonna pay for it? You can't pay for the response. You only pay for the question. And a lot of companies are scared to do that because they don't know what the answer is going to be. So yeah, they pay for
Mhm.
the question, which might be, like she said, does this even really do anything for the human body? And then they have to sit back and take the results. So it's like he said, it's about educating them, but you don't have to go long and drawn out.
Yeah.
Just know what you know, and a quick answer will do.
Yeah. A lot of people like to do, they like this. I kind of hate this term now, but people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to do my research. And I always feel like saying, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you had a PhD and you have research background. Because unless they're doing their research and like having a double blind, placebo controlled crossover study, I mean, the researchers at these universities, let's say there's only 3 subjects. One's placebo, one is nothing, and one is Juice Plus. They don't know which one is taking which or doing which they wouldn't have. I mean, placebo is nothing, but they don't know which is which, so they can't even manipulate the data. So and there's a big difference between research and articles in magazines. And then the next level down is like, Joe Schmo that posts something on Facebook, even if they happen to be a doctor. Even the opinion of a doctor is not as valid as research, because research is irrefutable, and you know what that means? You can't refute it. I always tell people about being above reproach, be above reproach, because then nobody can reproach you. Okay. So, oh, by the way, Mr. Jackson, hello. You want to introduce yourself? Who are you here with? Oh, unmute. I'm gonna oh, I'm asking to unmute. He might not have the unmute thing. Well, we're glad you, oh, there we go. You got a helper. That's good sometimes. By the way, guys, while he gets unmuted, I'm not crazy. And Sharon, everybody can see on Facebook that you typed to me, you are off topic with everyone. Not with everyone, honey. Um,
I didn't see
I'm
that.
not, no, it's a private message.
Oh.
I'm not crazy by posting this over and over into the chat. And when somebody new comes on, they won't see it. Mr. Jackson, you keep working on that. Oh, there you go. Hey,
Yes, how you doing?
excellent.
Yes, my name is Charleston Jackson. I was brought here by Dr. Nalani.
Oh, excellent. Well, welcome. We're excited. Are you on the our Juice Plus team?
Yes, getting on the team.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we're excited to have you here, and I'm glad you get to hear some of this training. So we're gonna get back to it. I just want to make sure I acknowledge you and recognize you and say hello.
Yes, appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. What's your first name?
Charlton, like Charlton Heston.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's a famous name. I like it. All right. Okay, everybody. So let's get back. By the way, with Mac, another thing is Mac was passionate. He was passionate about his health experience. He was passionate about the research. I mean, so he was excited. And when you're excited about something, it's kind of like if you call me up on the phone, right now, if you talk to me a lot, I'm excited about AI stuff. You're not going to get out of a conversation without me yapping about AI again. Or Max got his Philadelphia Eagles thing on. Man, when they were in the playoffs, I mean, if you talk to a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, I don't care if you're talking about fruits and vegetables, they're gonna be like, oh man, I wish those Eagles were on fruits and vegetables, but they'll definitely win the Super Bowl then, because you can't stop talking about the Eagles. All right. So get excited about Juice Plus. How do you do it? You plug in. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching this replay. Or maybe just go through boards and read all those awesome articles and watch videos. And then it's going to be easier. It'll just flow. But sharing our story, I put in a different version of last week. This is with no examples. If you look at the chat, you'll see the story format here. So I think it's nice to practice your story with this, because then you can literally just fill in the blank with no examples or anything. So I'll start, And then maybe we'll have 2 other people that can just share their story. And your short story should be under 30 seconds when you do this. So years ago, I wanted to try something different because my wife was doing this business and I saw her with time freedom. I saw her making great money. I saw people having amazing results with the products. And it was becoming such a big part of our family and our health journey that I just knew this is a dynamite product. It's a dynamite company. So I decided to go ahead and start sharing Juice Plus 2 because I was just excited to build something for my own instead of building somebody else's dreams. Being able to help people with their health and also help them with their wealth. That's what I want to do for myself and do it for others. And what I've experienced since then is that we've been able to consistently grow our business. I've been able to walk away from my full-time job, and so has Sharon. Or let me change that in case you guys maybe haven't walked away from your job, because I know sometimes I might say something like that and you're like, well, I don't have that story to tell. So you could say, what I've experienced so far is that I've had great health results with these products. And then I can say what my health results are briefly. And I've been able to generate another side income stream, which is amazing. You know, with that extra money, we've been able to make our car payment, or we've been able to go on some trips with the family and blah, blah, blah. And I'm excited for the future because all I see is this growing and going up, 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 up. And someday I'm going to ditch that 9 to 5 and I'm just going to do this full time. That's a good story, right? It's a good story. So anybody else want to try it by filling in the blanks? Go ahead, Nalani.
I just want to share that if you're brand new, because this is what I do on my Income with Impact event, I say you have a story. Even if you're not a partner yet, you have a story. And so for Mr. Jackson, for Charlton, you could be saying, not years ago, but how are you feeling right now financially? You know, I was looking for a way to bring some extra income. And then I don't know if you see what's in the chat. That's what we're using. We're going by the chat. And in the chat, the second sentence is, I said yes to sharing Juice Plus with others because, and right there, you could just answer why you saying, you just answer the question really quickly. And then not what I've experienced, but what I'm looking forward to is, or what I see for myself and my family is, you know, another $500 a month. Right? So those 3 questions can be answered even if you are not really a partner yet and you're getting ready to be a partner. Just wanted to share that.
All right, excellent. Yes, I put in the chat if somebody wants to answer. You can just put it in the chat because we'll discuss this a little bit. But what are some of the barriers? Why don't we share our story, or why don't we share our business opportunity with people more often? You know, is it just seem awkward? Are you
I'm gonna
afraid?
hop in just one
Go
more
ahead. Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. It's just that in the community that a lot of the communities that I've been in, people have heard about network marketing and they think multi-level marketing is something negative. And so sometimes it's in our head, you know, oh, they might think it's bad and not say anything. However, it was brought up that one of the things that Stacy brought up, and Nanette reminded me, a lot of the young people today have never even heard of multi-level marketing, right? And it's new to them. And so it's something really exciting. So if we not think about what we don't want and think about what we do want, then we don't have to worry about whether people think it's negative or positive. We're just sharing because we're excited about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep my mouth
And
shut.
Melissa echoed, so the network marketing aspect. So maybe we don't have enough confidence in the business model. That could be. You know, when somebody says, and Sharon, you can jump in wherever, and other people can jump in, and keep putting things in the chat, guys, because we want to share our stories. And if somebody else wants to practice their story on camera, we can do that right now if you want to be bold and do that. But so just raise your hand if you want to. But if I'm talking to Melissa and I say, oh yeah, and I'm in Juice Plus, what if Melissa says something like this? What if she says, is that network marketing? Some of you guys right there, it's like, oh my gosh, she asked if it's network marketing. So what should I do? Should I be frightened immediately and be like, oh yeah, it's a network marketing? No, it's like, oh yeah, it is. It's well, direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. Do you have some experience with it? What has been your experience? Because a lot of times they might hear something. Well, they might, the worst possible, I won't give you the worst thing they can say. I'll come to it next. But they're probably not going to know a whole lot about it or have experience with it. If they did, they might, because a lot of people kind of like make a half-hearted effort with this business model. They try it out. They think they're quick to say, well, isn't that a pyramid scheme or something? But in reality, maybe they wanted it to be a pyramid scheme because they signed up for something, they didn't do anything, and they wonder why the paycheck didn't come. Well, ours is not a scheme, guys. You can point out a scheme really quick. So here's the thing. What if they then say, oh yeah, but I don't know, it's one of those pyramid things? Well, no, pyramid scheme is illegal. And I'll teach you a little something about that. A pyramid scheme is a scheme. There's no products. There's nothing like this. What we have is, this is a business model in the same way, like over at the hospital where Melissa might be a pharmacist and she might be really accomplished and make, good money and all that stuff. But ultimately, there's only one CEO of that Lehigh Valley Hospital. That's the dude at the top or the lady at the top. And then they probably have like a leadership team. And then they have reports that report direct to them. Then there's department heads. And somewhere in there over in the cancer department, there was still another department manager. And then eventually Melissa was on that org chart. And guess what the org chart looked like? Pyramid. So big deal. Get over it and explain it. And you never want to talk about it this long. You would just say, oh, no. Pyramid schemes are illegal. This is a legitimate business model. Our company's been around for 50 years. Our product's 25, 30 years old. It's amazing. And I've been doing this for blah, blah, blah. Or like my mentor's been doing this. And you can always cite me and Sharon as your mentors and get us on a 3-way call anytime. They've been doing this like 25 years. This is all they do for a living. It's a great business. Can I teach you a little more about it? Because I think you'd be a great fit for this. And, whether you do a little or a lot, there's no quotas or anything like that. Nobody's ever going to call you up and say, hey, Mac, you're not selling enough Juice Plus. It's like whether you do a little or a lot, you're a blessing. Can I send you a quick video and then maybe we could chat about it? Maybe, who knows? Maybe this could work for you. I didn't know at first. Sharon, save me. Oh, go ahead, Mac or Sharon.
I was just going to say, along that line is when, like a lot in my experience with sharing just this business, any business that we've been involved in, is will I know the answer to the person's question that they're going to ask me? So always feeling like I got to be prepared. I got to know everything specific. And I think what helped me, two things, one more recent than the other, but way back when someone explained that them having a question for you is the conversation and the engagement. That means they're interested. It's not always like, get away from me. It's like, tell me more with their question. So it shouldn't be like, oh, they asked me a question. What do I, it should be a conversation. Hey, it's a great question. I don't really know the answer to that, but Doug does. Doug's a good friend of mine on our team. Do you mind if we get on a call with him? It's like such an easy, and then they can't say no because one, they don't know Doug, and two, it's their question. So you're not putting it on them. And in that regard, we were just having this conversation the other night, and Carol on our team she's in a behavior analysis. She does all kinds of things with that. And someone told her a long time ago, you have to kind of treat yourself sometimes like the waiter or the waitress. When you come to the table, you might hate coffee and you would never drink coffee in your entire life. But if you don't offer the person coffee because you hate it, or you don't know, you're scared to offer because you don't know anything about coffee, that's not what your job is. Your job is to kind of explain, or not explain, just offer something to them that they might want and they might not want. But if they say no, they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to the coffee. I know that's kind of like crazy to think that way, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to just be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I love it. Oh, you're saying no to me? No, you're saying no to what I love and what I enjoy. That's fine. But I think those two thought processes. Sometimes I know in our team, Carol gets in her head sometimes that she gets all frustrated because she doesn't know the exact answer to someone's question, but and that's just kind of what I hope to sometimes get across to her, but also to myself. That's very frustrating or very hard for me sometimes to realize.
That's great, Mac. That's called embracing objections. And on the Campbell team boards, that's our resource for handling objections. And like you said, it's somebody who wants to just give their knee-jerk response and have you then reconcile that for them. It doesn't mean that they have a problem. It's just they want to go along with you, but they have this little question in their minds. So on Campbell team, there is a whole business section, and there's actually FAQs handling objections, things like that. So there's all types of things people might bring up. I don't know enough people. I don't want to be a salesperson. I mean, there's a lot of things. That's why over time, you want people to see this is normal. We're all normal people. And this is just because Juice Plus is the superstar. It's so great. And these are things you can read in your spare time, you know, so that you can get stronger. I think the biggest thing is for you to be strong and confident in sharing the business. And the way to gain confidence is to know what you know, so that, you know, you will have patience to answer questions and bring people along on the journey, because everything we do is kind of an education. I was trying to find my my checklist or my bullet point list, but I couldn't find it. Doug, if you know where it's at, let me know. But there are fact sheets about the Juice Plus company. Where is that? I guess it's not under there. Oh, that was about global business. Maybe it's but the business presentation, that's what Nalani's been using, right? Income with impact. There's a whole business presentation here. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And the flyer is here for that as well. I think one of the things is that we're always so focused on product events that we're not inviting to the business events as much. Therefore, we're not, you know, getting the education down pat that is leading to the answer, the solution of joining us in the business. So that's something we could definitely work on. Okay.
Did you need to share this bullet points?
I do love my bullet points. So many years ago, we have to do a lot of self-coaching. And, you know, you want to sit down with yourself and say, why do I love this Juice Plus business, or what makes it unique? So what I did was come up with this bullet point list where it has quadrants. So where do you have it, Doug?
I think I'm shared on the screen right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's like these two tabs. I'm sorry. Okay. So the quadrants are on the left, all about the product. What makes the product unique? It's the largest selling nutritional product in a capsule in the world and the most researched, especially product specific research. There's hardly anybody that has product specific research and on humans and at universities and medical centers. And then what makes it unique? It's got a food label. You know, I think I had gluten-free before, but it's not there. NSF certified, things like that, but also children get it free. A lot of quote supplements, children are advised, you know, keep away from children, but ours is safe for pregnant women and children. So those top ones are really important. And then because of all those, there's thousands, you could say to people, there's thousands of doctors who recommend Juice Plus. And then it gets into the business part, you know, what makes it great. We don't have this huge catalog, like this thick catalog of all these different things that we are talking about and just trying to hit on something that somebody might want. All of what we have is based on plant-based nutrition, you know, increasing our plants and also the power of plants in the body, right? So we have a small product line. We have the micronutrients in the fruits, vegetables, berries. We have the macronutrients in our shake. We have Luminate, I might be missing something. The bars are going out, by the way. If you want to buy some, they're 40% off. So the bars were part of our macronutrients. Okay, and then it's consumable. So I have customers from 25 years ago, they just continue to reorder. And then I have team members and customers under them and team members and customers under them and so on. And so a consumable product continues to pay you past that point of sale, which might have been 25 years ago or 5 years ago for, you know, or 10 years ago for different people. And that's how you make a little bit on a lot of people. You just continue to share this business every day and you'll be able to add customers, add team. And the whole idea is to then teach them how to get customers, how to get team. Then they teach and you help teach how they get customers and teams. So then it just continues to duplicate. So it becomes exponential growth and money past the point of sale. Okay. And it's part of the wellness industry, which continues to grow. You can see that in the stores. I mean, people are paying like $9 or $10 for a green juice, right? Or as a fun thing to do on the weekend, go to a you know, farmer's market and pay $10 for green juice. Well, that didn't exist 25 years ago. The company's always been on the cutting edge. They're part of the wellness industry. They're very mission driven. So whatever meets the needs of the people, whether it's the product or the business or both. And the company is all about inspiring healthy living. And internally, they're about inspiring healthy giving. They give a lot too, philanthropically. They give to St. Jude's, the Boys and Girls Club, Volunteers of America. They give out 10 million meals of Juice Plus Complete. They give out a Tower Garden to every Boys and Girls Club. So it's a great company to partner with. So these are the things that you want to get excited about. And you're not going to verbally vomit all over everybody, but you want to get confident in the company that you are locking arms with. This is an older version of the bullet point list. And I guess I ran out of time, but it's only $52 to join a $16 billion or more company in 25 countries around the world. And there are no quotas, there's no territorial restrictions, things like that, that might upset people, which is the bottom part of the quadrant. The things that might upset people is a buyer's club where you have to buy a certain amount every month, or you have a quota, or you have to keep inventory in your house, or maybe there's territorial restrictions. We don't have any of that. Okay. And the positions are permanent. Once you get to a certain commission level, they're permanent, and the benefits package that's available to top leadership. Okay. That's the bullet point list, but I can get you an updated one.
Yes. And I love that thing. You know, we've done business presentation Zooms where we literally, the only slide is that list. We tell some stories and just pop that list. And I kind of miss that. I think we should do some of those again. Hey, I just want to finish by saying thanks for being here. Here's the deal. Especially you guys that are new, this is a time where our company is going through a massive change. It's really reinventing itself, not only with leadership and the people there and corporately, but also in the technologies. There's been some real growing pains. And even if the technology would have been perfect, when you get new leadership, it's change. People don't love change. You know what I mean? And even if it's good change, it's different, you know? So the bottom line is this, because some people get frustrated with change. Some people do this very part-time. And most people do this very part-time. So it makes it challenging, I think, to do it part-time when you don't know how to just go into your back office and do something quickly like you used to. You know, it makes it hard to make it easy for you. And so there are some people that are kind of slow in their roll a little bit, kind of waiting for all the systems to catch up and this and that. But I want to finish by just telling you guys that here's the bottom line. This company will sell $500, $600, $700 million worth of Juice Plus products around the world in like 23, 24 countries, something like that. It's all over the place. It's a global company that expands and massive millions, tens of millions of dollars in investment into infrastructure, marketing, everything to support us to go out and sell these products. Okay. This is not a company like Coca-Cola where they're like, we don't do ads during the Super Bowl and spend $10 million on that ad. They invest into supporting us. We are the mouthpiece. We are what sells these products. That is the network marketing business model. We share Juice Plus within our network of people. And my network's different than Mac's network. So the company wins, but also the company lets us win because there isn't only room for one CEO at the top of the hospital chart for Melissa anymore. Melissa can keep growing and growing and growing, and Melissa can pass up her sponsor, like her sister. Maybe she's going to pass her sister. I know she wants to because she wants to win. But Melissa can pass up Karen and me too. And then her next upline NMD is Sharon, and then Julie. She can pass everybody. There's no limits to your growth. So this company is moving forward. We are moving forward as leaders. And I just want you guys to know that we are here. We are working. We work hard. And we work hard, and we're willing to do whatever it takes to support you to achieve whatever goals you might have. So thanks for listening. Thanks for coming on. I'm going to stop the Facebook recording. Ben, you're going to stay on.
Oh, I just wanted to say something, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I own a dojo, and I just wanted to invite everybody to experience Tai Chi online. It's a full body, non-cardio workout. And since we get together to help each other's businesses, I'd love to support you in that way also. It's also something we could invite potential team members, potential customers. I'm really easy about that. I just want to find a way.
Great. I'd love for you to if you make a little poster or something, we can pop it into the customer group or the team group, however you want to do it. It's up to you. And I'd love to check out the Tai Chi sesh. Is that on Zoom?
Yes.
I did an image several months ago. Is it still just Saturdays at like 10? Is that what time it is?
Yes, ma'am. That's when we do it every week, and then I'm okay with adding a new like Juice Plus only once a week if we find a time that people like.
So I can go in and find that image and we can always, change it up.
Cool.
Whatever. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Ben. Thank you very much. All right.